everyone, my name is Katya and today I'm going to show you how to crochet this beautiful table runner. It's a perfect scrap yarn project and I will show you how to crochet the flowers and how to join them together. You can make it any size of your choice, and for this project I use number 4 medium weight yarn with a 5.5 millimeter crochet hook. You're also going to need your scissors and a tapestry needle. This table runner is measuring 50 inches long by, let's see, the widest part would be 18 inches wide. I want to thank you for watching this video, and please like and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. We're going to start with the slip knot. Now I'm using yellow. Chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch into the first chain right over here to create a ring. I'm going to be working my yarn tails in, and that way all I'm going to do is just cut it at the end of this round. Chain 1, and for round 1 all we're going to do is work 12 single crochets into this ring. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4. So continue working until you have 12 single crochets. At the end of round 1 you should have 12 single crochets. You can pull on this yarn tail, tighten the center a little bit and cut this yarn tail. You don't need it. What you're going to do is slip stitch into the first single crochet. So don't slip stitch into this chain, but go inside the first single crochet and slip stitch there and fasten off. Cut your yarn like so. For round 2 we're going to start right where we finished. So here's our slip stitch and here's our single crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into that single crochet, and using my new color I'm going to wrap it around my hook and pull through like so. I'm going to hold on to this yarn tail and hold on to this yarn tail too of the new color, and I'm going to work my yarn tails in so I can just cut it at the end of this round. And we're going to chain 11. So here's 1, pull on this yarn tail a little bit to tighten it, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And into the next single crochet, what I'm going to do is slip stitch into that single crochet of the previous round, like so. Once again, I'm holding on to my yarn tails, and I'm going to chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. And going into the next stitch, what I'm going to do is slip stitch into that stitch. And repeat. So chain 11 and slip stitch into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and slip stitch into the next stitch or into the next single crochet of the previous round. Continue working like that, and at the end you should have 12 petals, and I'll show you how to end this round. So here I have my last petal, and I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch. And to end this round, what I'm going to do is slip stitch into this first single crochet that we started working, and go ahead and fasten off. Now I'm going to go ahead and cut this yarn tails right over here. We don't need them. So we only have one yarn tail left, so let's just go ahead and work on it now. And it's up to you here how you work on your yarn tail. You can do it as you finish each flower or keep them until the end, but my recommendation is just to do it as you go. It's just a little bit easier. So using the back of the flower, I'm just going to insert my hook, insert my needle, and pull, and then dropping one of the loops of the flower, I'm just going to go back where I started and pull through, and one more time dropping one of the loops. I'm going to pull out my needle And you are done. You can cut your yarn tail, and this way it's just cleaner and easier to work. Let's go ahead and work on the second flower, and I'll show you how to join them together. Now once again, I'm just going to start the same exact way. It's just slip stitching and chaining 6 and slip stitching into the first chain to join together to make a ring, chain 1, and go ahead and work 12 single crochets. Pull on this yarn tail, tighten the center, and go ahead and slip stitch into the first single crochet and fasten off. Cut your yarn tail, pull out your hook, tighten it, cut this yarn tail, you don't need it. So I'm going to insert my hook into the first single crochet and pull through using my new color, holding on to this yarn tails. I'm going to go ahead and chain 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and slip stitch into the next single crochet or the next stitch, like so. So to join this flower to this one, what you need to do is chain 5. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And because this is our first flower, I'm going to count 8 petals. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And starting into my 8th petal, what I'm going to do is insert my hook underneath the petal. Using this loop, I'm going to insert it into my hook and pull through. Chain 1, like so, and continue chaining 5 more. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then using my next stitch, I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into that stitch. Again, let's repeat. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert your hook into this petal. So right underneath this petal, go ahead and pick up this petal and pull through. Chain 1 and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we're going to slip stitch into the next stitch, like so. So here we connected the 2 petals, and all we're going to do next is just finish our flower. So this one we're just going to continue and finish. So I'm just going to chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and slip stitch into the next stitch, like so. Continue working on this flower until you get here and finish the same exact way, and then we're going to start on a new flower and I will show you how to attach that one. Here I finished round 1 of my 3rd flower, and I'm going to go ahead and insert my hook into the first single crochet. Using my new color, I'm going to wrap it around my hook and pull through, holding on to my yarn tails. I'm going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here I chain 5. What I'm going to do is insert my hook into my 2nd petal. So here's my 1st petal, going into this one, my 2nd petal. So there's 1 petal in between the flowers. So I'm going to insert my hook into that petal underneath, pull up this loop, tighten it, pull through, and chain 1. Now I'm going to go ahead and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into the next stitch, like so. Now again repeat, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go into the next petal of the blue flower, Insert your hook underneath the petal, bring this one, tighten it, pull through, chain 1, and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into the next stitch. And once again, I am working my yarn tails in, so I can just cut them at the end of this round. And now we attach the 2 petals using the blue flowers and the purple flower. And now what we need to do is attach this purple flower to this flower right over here. So I'm going to use this petal right here, and I'm going to repeat. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Insert the hook underneath the petal using this loop, tighten it, pull through, and chain 1, like so. Chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and work your slip stitch into the next stitch. Repeat, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, pull out your hook, go into the next loop or the next petal using this loop, tighten it around the hook, and pull through right underneath the petal, chain 1, and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and go ahead and slip stitch into the next stitch. So here we attached both of the flowers, and this is how it looks like. Now what you're going to do next is just finish this flower. So chain 11, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and slip stitch into the next stitch. So like that, continue working until you have 12 petals, and work on your yarn tail, and then I'll show you how to attach the next flower. At the end of round 1, I'm going to go ahead and slip stitch into the first single crochet, pull the new yarn through, hold on to this yarn tails, and chain 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now once again, using my 2 petals, so here is 1 and 2, I'm going to go ahead and insert my hook into this petal right here and bring out the loop through the petal right on top, chain 1, and then chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and slip stitch into the next stitch. Repeat, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Using the next petal, insert your hook into the petal, using this loop, go right on top of the petal and chain 1, and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and slip stitch into the next stitch, like so. So here we attach these 2 petals to this flower, and what we're going to do is we're going to repeat and attach the next 2 petals to these 2 petals of the blue flower. So once again, I'm going to go ahead and chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Using this petal, I'm going to insert my hook into that petal and bring out this loop underneath the petal. Maybe tighten it, pull through, and right on top of this petal, I'm going to chain 1 and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and slip stitch into the next stitch. Repeat, chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, bring out a loop, go underneath the petal, bring this loop through, put it right on top of the petal, and chain 1 and chain 5 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and go ahead and slip stitch into the next stitch. So here we attached the next 2 petals, and you're going to finish this flower and attach the next flower. And you can work like this and make it as wide as you want your work to be and as long as you want it to be. And the only thing to keep in mind here is that each flower you want to attach 2 petals. So you're going to, for next one, I'm going to go ahead and attach my next flower using these 2 petals and then using these 2 petals. And that's the trick here, is just attaching each flower using 2 petals from each flower. And like that, you can make your work as long as you want it to be and as wide as you want it to be. So continue working like this, and I will show you how many flowers I attached once I have it finished, and we'll go from there. So here in the center, I have 4 rows of 5 flowers joined together. And then on each side, what I did is I joined 4 flowers. So here I have 2 rows on this side. And then same thing here, I have 2 rows of 4 flowers. And then what I did next is I just worked 3 flowers on each side, and then 2, and then lastly I worked 1 on both sides here, and then same thing on this side. Now remember, you can make your table runner any size of your choice, so just play with your flowers and join them together. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.